Hello, welcome back to another video. Thought I'd do a wee talking what trays I use and pots and things like that. These are good trays, good firm plastic. It's just a dirty one, I know. I do wash them, don't worry. I normally use trays like that, but as I say, I don't really have a place to put them to germinate. I also have you also get lids as well. You could buy lids to go with them. Well, you don't actually buy lids to go with them, but that's a lid there. You could put a lid on, so it could be used as a propagator like that. Also use these little grey half trays, very good trays, nice firm plastic. As I say, you get these, you guys get B&Q. Now you don't get the lid with it as well, so you have to pay the lid separate. That's the lid, nice lid, ventilation on the top. As I say, once you've got your seed tray in, your compost in, you could do that. I normally just keep the lid shut, keeps the heat in, lets them germinate. Once I start popping through, open the lid up. Once they're all through, I normally just take the lid off, put them where the sun is, at the window. The only thing about them sitting at the sun, well, on the windowsill, is that you have to keep turning the tray around every day to obviously get germination, to keep them growing nice and straight. Another way as well with these trays, if you don't have, as I say, if you don't have any more of these lids, you can always just put another one in, stick this lid on top. There you go. That saves you having to buy more of the lids. So you get these, you can buy these out of B&Q. They don't sell the lids together, they sell them separate. So if you're ever buying them, as I say, I bought, I think I bought half a dozen just to see what they were like. Absolutely amazing, highly recommend them. So that's it. And then, as I say, I bought these when I first started in growing plants. I can't seem to find them now. So that's them. Take this out the way. Also I bought these here, these plug trays, well, cells as you call them. 142 cells. They're great for multiple sowing if you can't be bothered picking it. Let's say, fill them with compost. I've got two of them there. Fill them with compost. Use the other one just to compact it a wee bit, not too much. Then you could put your seed on top, whatever seed you want. You could put your brassicas, flower seeds. You could either give them a covering with compost or vermiculite, whatever you decide. Easy trays. That's the bottom of them. Good trays, good quality money. Now they're not as firm, but they're firm enough that they won't break. Got these off of Thomson Morgans. I paid a little bit more for these. These were £10.99, so 11 quid basically. So that's the ones. Now these are the other ones I was on about in the other video when I done my peas. I done my peas with these here. Now I do have another one that's down there, I'll show you that in a minute. But these come, believe it or not, both trays come pre-filled. They come with compost in them already. So it saves you time, saves you having to fill them up, saves you money having to spend to fill them up. Easy trays, good quality plastic. A wee bit firm, wee bit brittle at the bottom, but the top side, perfect. And as I was saying, they're easy for getting the plants out as well. The hole, they've made a big enough hole there, you can get your finger in to push the plant up, the plug out. Simple. I like these trays. Also got these for Thompson Morgans. When I bought them, they were £7 each. You were getting two for 14 quid basically. But they went up in price, and also they're out of stock, so I can't get any more of them until they get them in stock. But highly recommend these ones. And then when you're pricking out, as I say, pricking out, you've got a choice of pots. A lot of people go for bigger pots. Now here, there's a little pot there. Let me see, just checking to see. And this is it's a 76. We'll just say 1 inch pot, 9 inch pot, whatever. A little pot. I used to use these for growing my peas in. But then I moved on to using, I thought I'd use these trays, which have actually done their job. The peas have actually all came through. But then I used to use these. I used to buy loads of them. You were getting that 10 of them for £1 at B&Q. So that's them. And then, as I say, if you want to move on for them, whatever you've got in these of established peas, sweet corn, you can put your brassicas in there. You can put them up with them. And if you're not ready to put them out and you think the roots are coming at the bottom, root bound, basically, you can move them onto these. Same type of plastic, and a lot bigger. Let me just check and see what these are. So these are 100mm pots. Great for potting up. As I say, you can plant your peas in them. You don't have to put them in the wee pot. You can put them in there, let them get a bigger root system. As I say, if you want to go for the other pot, if you want to skip that pot, you can go to these bigger pot. Same type of plastic. And it doesn't say the size, so I'm just going to say it's probably about a 9-8 inch pot maybe. Perfect pot. So say you get the same, you get 10 of these for £1, you get 10 of these for £1 as well. Good firm plastic. And also you've got these little square ones, little black ones. I got loads of these from a friend, hundreds of them. He gave me them. They were quite manky, but they've been cleaned. I clean all my pots, depends what's been in them and where they've came from. I'll clean them before I use them. And that's basically the pot. Oh, wait, no, I've got one more. I've got these fibre pots that I've got. I thought I'd try them this year, and they seem to work fine. Saves money, saves you pots, buying more pots. You can get 192 of these from Thompson Morgans for 24, or is it £22? You could buy these. You don't really have to put holes in them, the bottom of them, but I just put a wee hole in them, extra drainage. That's what I do them. So the compost that I use it all. Well, I used it all the time. There's this stuff here. It's multi-purpose compost, B&Q. As I say, when I first bought that compost, never had a problem with it. But over the years I've bought it, I've just kept buying it. You end up getting it dries in too quick as well. There's no peat in it. You could buy peat, add it in if you wanted to. As I say, it doesn't really matter if you don't want to add peat. It just means you have to keep watering them. Now, and let me just get this other pot. Now, when I come to plant up when I come to plant my tomatoes up when they're big enough to be potted up in the greenhouse, this is the pot I'll be putting them in. Big pot, plenty of room in there for the roots. And that'll do them. As I say, I'm not going to cane. I don't use canes for holding these up. What I do is when I plant the tomato plant in, I'll put a piece of string underneath it and put that on top, and that will hold the string down the roots, and that will hold that in. And then what I'll do is I'll put a piece of string along the top of the greenhouse, or whatever you want to use to hold it. And then, as I say, as the tomato plant's growing, all you do is you just weave that piece of string around the tomato plant, and then you tie it up. But we'll get to that when it's time for them to go in. But that's the pots I'll be using. I normally use other pots. We'll move on to the compost that comes out of it. This is the compost that actually comes out of the trays. It's not too bad. I don't know what kind of compost it is. I think it's that eco bark stuff. But I'm going to mix this with that multi-purpose compost. It's quite wet because these trays have been sitting in polythene bags. They come in polythene bags and they've been sitting in the house in the heat, just to basically, any kind of them sitting there for a couple of days, couple of weeks, any diseases or anything, you kind of is going to get evaporated when for the heat, because it's called fermenting. I think that's what you call it. But I say it's no bad compost, and I'll mix it in with that other compost. But that's the stuff that comes with it. It's got a kind of funny smell to it, but I used it before and they seem to have worked. So I'm going to use that. There's another tray down there that has the compost in it. I'll just spin you around like you see. That's it there. Oh, can't really see with the light, but that's the tray there that comes with the plugs. See if I can get a plug it to show you. Right, there we go. That's what they come. That's the sort of plugs that's in them. They're pre-made. They come with a little hole in the top. As I say, it saves you money, saves you time. All you have to do is pop your seed in there. And if you want to use, if you're using compost to cover them up, or if you want to use vermiculite, preferably vermiculite does the job. It lets your seeds germinate better. Compost the same, it does the same thing, as long as you don't pack it too firm, because you didn't want, if you pack it too firm, what happens is your seed, when it grows, its roots are not getting properly into the compost, because you've packed it too firm. It's too hard for the root to get down, and what happens is your root will grow on the top of your tray, which then that means you're losing plants, and that's money out the drain, down the drain. So if you want me to do a video on how I do my trays, I'm happy to do one. For now, that's me, and I'm going to put up some plants. We'll pick out some cabbage into the trays, and then I've got other plants to do. But I'll soon give you an update on the greenhouse, what's growing in it again. Let you know everything's happening in it. If you can like, subscribe, share the videos so I can get more subscribers, that'd be grateful. But for now, that's me. Cheerio.